Okay. Okay, so Diamond recently got arrested. Let's just pull up her mugshot. Let me tell you what's going on here. Girl, Diamond is in big trouble. Okay, so 32-year-old woman in Ohio has been arrested for allegedly killing her boyfriend, who was reported missing late last year. Diamond Vaden, 32, is facing charges of murder, felonious assault, tampering with evidence, gross abuse of a corpse, and having weapons under disability of death of her boyfriend, George Cox, who was 32. Cox was reported missing November 8th, 2024. During the missing persons investigation, officers conducted a wellness check at the home Cox shared with Vaden. When officers arrived, they found a vacant apartment with little furniture, what appeared to be blood on the floor. The investigation revealed that the blood found was Cox's. Nearly a year later, Cox's body was found by a kayaker in a shallow, marshy section of river south of State Route 2, all of my Ohio people. His body was wrapped in a fitted bed sheet and was bound with marine style rope. Investigators found that Cox's blood was found on clothing items recovered at Vaden's home, and the bed set Cox was wrapped in matched sheets found in their shared apartment. DNA evidence and phone records linked her to the crime, according to the release. Cleveland police arrested Vaden and 41-year-old Emmanuel McQueen Jr. Police said during the arrest, a firearm was found in the home while both individuals were under disability. I don't know what that means. If they are, McQueen was charged with having weapons under disability. They will both be arraigned in Cuyahoga Justice Center later at a later date. Where is the press release? Hold on a second. Okay. So I don't know what the involvement of Emmanuel's is. I'm trying to get a copy of the police report, but this is the so Diamond Vaden was indicted for homicide of George Cox Jr., reported missing November 24th, found deceased in the Huron River, May 2025. They just indicted her. They put out a press release on July 25th. The Cuyahoga County prosecutor, Michael C. O'Malley, announced that the Cuyahoga County grand jury has returned an indictment charging Diamond Vaden, 32, of homicide of George Cox Jr., 32, who was reported missing November 2024 and found deceased in the Huron River, May 2025. George Cox's family has waited for answers, and today they are one step closer to justice, and the prosecutor, Michael C. O'Malley. Fortunately, his family and the state of Ohio CPD homicide detectives are well trained and smarter than Diamond Vaden thinks. On November 8th, 2024, George Cox was reported missing by his family, with his last known communication occurring on October 19th, 2024. Cleveland Division of Police's Missing Persons Unit was assigned to the case. During the investigation, CPD officers conducted a wellness check at the residence of Cox that shared with his girlfriend Diamond Vaden near Bosworth Road and Peony Drive in Cleveland. Officers observed a vacant apartment with little to no furniture and what appeared to be blood found on the floor. Further investigation confirmed it was Cox's blood and Vaden no longer living at the residence. On May 15th, 2025, two individuals kayaking on the Huron River in Erie County discovered a body that had been bound by a rope and wrapped in a bed sheet. They immediately contacted law enforcement, and the Erie sheriff's sheriff's office responded to the scene. The body was later positively identified as George Cox, and the CSO contacted CPD. An investigation was conducted in CPD Homicide Unit and Missing Persons Unit with assistance of the Cleveland Homicide Initiative, which includes members of Cleveland Division of the FBI and Ohio Attorney General, Bureau of Criminal Investigations, with additional assistance, and the Erie County Sheriff's Office, the Lucas County Medical Examiner, and the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office. Further investigated revealed Cox's blood was found on the clothing items recovered from Vaden's residence, and the bed sheet was wrapped in matching sheets found in their shared residence. Additionally, DNA evidence and phone records linked her to the crime. DY'MOND was arrested on July 21st, 2025, at the new residence she shared with Emmanuel McQueen, 41, by CPD. During the arrest, a firearm was recovered from the residence, and both individuals were under disability at the time. On July 25th, DY'MOND VADEN was indicted of the following charges: 2 counts of murder, murder A, murder B, 2 counts of felonious assault, 1 tampering with evidence, 1 gross abuse of a corpse, 1 having weapons under disability. I wonder if that means 1 count of having Emmanuel was so maybe they're both felons. Maybe that's what that means. Let me see what this means right here. In Ohio, having weapons under disability is a serious felony charge. It applies to an individually knowingly possesses a firearm or dangerous ordinance while legally prohibited from doing so. So, like having a firearm if you're a felon, like someone we know from Ohio. Let's see. Typically due to prior felony convictions, being under indictment, or specific legal restrictions, this offense is a third-degree felony carrying significant penalty. Excuse me. So yes, boom. Okay. Um, is this gonna pull up? Okay, so here's the indictment. These are the indictment. Let's see. State of Ohio, murder. She's I would love to read a little bit more of the police report to see how they came to all this, and then also like the account from George's parents to find out, like, did she ever even call him in as missing? Did he just disappear and she just went on about her way? She moved out and left. Is anyone from Ohio here and heard of this case? Let's see. So the murder A, murder B. The grand jury has indicted her to purposely cause death of George Cox. Let's see. Murder B, felonious assault, tampering with evidence, gross abuse of a corpse, having a weapon, did knowingly acquire, have, carry, or use a firearm and dangerous ordinance when she was under indictment or had been convicted of a felony involving illegal possession, use, sale, administration, distribution, or trafficking in any drug of abuse, or to wit, on or about November 8th, 2018. So she must be a felon already. And then she got Emmanuel McQueen in there, 41, and he must be a felon also, because birds of a feather sometimes flock together, right? So this was crazy. Let me pull this up. It's I mean, it's crazy. I'm kind of surprised, but I mean, I know that this thing happens all the time. Let's see. And then the fact that she used a bed sheet with the matching sheet, like, I guess that's just something, maybe she didn't think about it. Maybe they thought, I'm assuming they just thought that he would never be found. I guess that's the assumption, that he would never be found. And she didn't think that, I don't know. That's just, I mean, the assumption would be he's never going to be found. Let me just grab this bed sheet and let's wrap him up and get rid of him, not thinking that the police, when he was found, would potentially match up. And I don't get it. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm just wondering, like, when he went missing, was she ever part of the, oh my god, my boyfriend just went missing? Was she part of the search parties? Was she being cooperative? Was she like, oh, he told me he was going out of town? Like, was she just kind of like, we haven't heard from him? And okay, so, and then this story was, I guess, whenever they found the body, they wanted to figure out who was. Just a second, let me take this off the screen while the commercial's running. So when they found the body, they needed help from the public to find out who he was. Okay, just a second.
Well, it is a mystery that so far police have not been able to solve. A body washed up in a river, and police are telling us this does not look like an accident. But no one has come forward to ID the potential victim. But now, a way the police believe you can help in making an ID. Catherine Huntley here now, live with the story.
Back on May 16th, a kayaker found a body in a Huron River marsh. That body remains unidentified. So now the sheriff's office is hoping the public will be able to identify some of the tattoos on that body. Take a good look. These are some possibly recognizable tattoos on the Erie County John Doe. Law enforcement is hoping someone might know who or what organizations they belong to.
Study the tattoos, talk to people, anybody that does tattoos or anybody that has knowledge of gangs within Toledo to Cleveland, give us a call. We'd be more than happy to listen to you.
Police say the man was 5 feet 6 inches tall, black, around 160 pounds, with dark facial hair and around 20 to mid-30s in age. The body was found just south of the Route 2 bridge in the Huron River. They don't know the cause of death yet, but police say it is suspicious. He was found in a fitted bed sheet tied around the ankles with marine-style rope.
Definitely deemed suspicious based on how we discovered the body, the sheets.
They also aren't sure how long the body was in the water. Could be several weeks to months. Because of that, the body was in very poor condition, so they need the public's help. Once they know who it is, they can work backwards to find out how he died and who was involved. They are hoping it all starts with understanding these tattoos.
We've kind of narrowed it down to specific organizations that this individual may have been involved with, but that's to be determined yet. So most important part is getting the identification so we can have closure for the family.
In Huron, Catherine Huntley, 19 News.
Back a woman.
Anyway, I guess they figured it out. They figured it out, and they are thinking, well, they have charged this woman right here, DY'MOND VADEN, and this is George Cox, and then this, I guess these were some of the tattoos that he had. I mean, I feel so bad for the family because when they found the body, they didn't know who he was. Then they had to identify him. And if they put out news stories for the community at large to help identify him, then they probably were having to check all of the missing people, missing persons reports to be able to identify that it was this guy, George Cox. Sad, right? And now ma'am is in jail for murder A and murder B. Girl, you killed your mom, your dad, and your brother and your sister. So I guess he said he has an older brother. I don't know, but anyway, we'll keep our eye out on this particular case because it seems like it's going to be interesting. I don't know what the circumstances were. Was she cheating with this guy that she ended up with who got arrested with her? Was he aware? Did he kill? You know what I'm saying? They charged her with murder. They've only charged him with having a weapon, but maybe it's because he lives with her in the home and she's also a felon. So maybe it's a tactic to get him to talk and be able to flip on her if he knows anything. I do not know, but I'm going to keep my eye on this. And, you know, it's in Cuyahoga County. So although we don't have a lot of business up there in Cuyahoga County,